Okay. Good morning from Nevada and welcome to Simply Live with me, Simply Lesa. My name actually is Lesa. I'm called Simply Lesa because I'm a minimalist leaning towards Stoic philosophy and uh, and I try to keep life simple. And yes, sometimes life gets complicated and my thoughts get complicated because I'm a human being. And so I have to remind myself to keep it simple often. So as I am coming on this morning and doing this little introductory part of the video, I want to welcome each and every one of you. I want to thank you for all your help and moral support and emotional support. And sometimes some of you even financially help support the channel so I can keep bringing you more and providing as much as I can uh, in my life. I am on a fixed low income budget due to SSDI, which is permanent disability. I did work. I did earn this by actually being disabled. Um, and uh, my current income that I share pretty openly, with all the cost of living increases this year, I finally hit $1,000 a month. So I'm giving you more info than necessary. The reason we're in Nevada on this current adventure is because I thought that I had a radiator problem that turned into a head gasket problem that then turned into I need to buy a new engine. So we will talk about that adventure while we're here. Some housekeeping, if you please would hit thumbs up. And if my admins and moderators would help remind people to do that, um, you know, thumbs up, likes, subscribe. And if you would like to, you may become a member for a small fee and you get some extra updates. Sometimes it includes actual information about where I physically am, but that's as I feel comfortable with my members, I allow some people to know where I am. We will be doing some meet and greet camp togethers over the coming winter. If I get the tracker running again. No, I will get the tracker running again. It's just a thing. Um, Please remember also if you would like to ask me a question, and I love to work with your questions. I love to support you on your adventures and with your problems and whatever else. But realize I'm a human being and I go through my own life as well. And there's only so much I can actually do. So sometimes I can connect you with someone that can look at your problem, or I can ask everybody to pray for you. And sometimes that's all I can do. I do not have an income or a savings budget where I could, like someone asked me this past week, buy them a car. You wouldn't see me putting out the adventure information that I put out about my struggling to buy an engine for my own car if I had the money to buy you a car, because I would fix mine or I would have a better car. So please remember that I cannot do those things for you. And my connection with Bob Wells will not put you at the top of the list for some help from Homes on Wheels Alliance or Bob Wells, because he's limited too. He's just a human being. And let's see, I don't support everybody. And I mean in a professional sense. I don't agree with everybody's way of handling their own calling to help people in the nomad community or to beg for help in the nomad community. I believe that I need to be as honest as I can be. You need to be as honest as you can be. And if it works that we help each other and we're led to do that, wonderful. But take what you need and leave the rest. Don't take more than you need. So, kind of on a soapbox this morning, aren't I? So Eventually, I will go back and look at these videos and make sure that the tags say the right things and the descriptions have all the links to the different companies that I love or are friends with the owners or whatever. Let's see. So if you're one of those people that has a business and you're like, how come my stuff's not out there? It'll get there. I've been going through some stuff. Okay. Let's see what else. Put uppercase Q, 3 uppercase Q's in front of your question, and I can see it more easily as your chats scroll past me. Please welcome each other, become buddies on here, become buddies on my Facebook group, and support each other, even if it's only through prayer. And if you're not a prayer person and it's good thoughts, then go for it. You know, those things do help. So I happened to believe in the great creator, and I don't mind using words like prayer. It used to trigger me, but I've done so much therapy that it doesn't trigger me anymore. So let's see. It is hot all over the South and Southwestern states in the United States. That is why I have on my hat, trying not to get too sunburned. I really am here. I'm under there, okay, guys? I didn't put on glasses because I'm trying to read, but y'all get through that. This is housekeeping stuff because people are still coming in. Sometimes about a half an hour in, we get about 20 people. And I love it when we get more and more people. It's wonderful. It helps the algorithms. I'm not planning to do a Patreon. I'm hoping that I can make the YouTube things that YouTube is doing further us kind of in a similar way that Patreon can help creators. But I want to do that because so many of the people that follow me are single or solo travelers. Well, not all travelers, and they often are low income. And I'm low income. And I don't have subscriptions to things myself. I've thought about it. I have tried it a couple of times, but I cannot consistently pay someone even $2 a month. And so I don't want to do that to you people. I want you to be able to, if you choose to, and you can afford to, and you want to help me, that's out there. So I do have things like buymeacoffee.com. I do have Cash App, which is a $ and SimplyLesa. I have Instagram. I have Facebook. I have YouTube. I forgot what else. Make sure you spell Lesa right. That's been a problem with me in the Nomad community, that people often spell my name wrong. And then they try to say it weird. It's Lesa. End of story. But it's spelled Lesa. If you don't spell it right, I can't guarantee what you're going to see, and it might not be something you want to see. There are a lot of people. I started my YouTube channel in 2004. There's a lot of people that figured out I got a lot of clicks, and they took my name and used it in other forms. So be careful. Be careful of hackers out there. I'm not asking you for a bunch of stuff. I do, however, put out what's going on with me, and I'm willing to do an income thing. But right now, well, anyways, we'll work on that in the future. Let's see, what else do I need to tell you? The mechanic's dog is laying beside me right now. He's become a buddy. I am in their backyard. Obviously, it's a mechanic yard. You can see this. A couple of trucks and weeds. And this on this side is the kids' trampoline. I don't think they've used it in a minute. And so I am sitting beside the tracker. I will try to show you things as we go along. Here's the tracker. It does not have an engine in it, but it is here. And in the afternoon, it gets a little shade. In the morning on this side of the tracker, it's a little shady. And it's very hot. Y'all be safe. Keep up your electrolytes if you do that. Keep up your salt intake if you're careful. Well, some people feel like they need to be very careful with salt. You do what you need to do. Salt helps you keep water in your body. So, drink, but don't go crazy. And just keep yourself as shaded and cool as you can. It's crazy hot, and they're predicting over 100 degrees here again. I am in the very middle of the state of Nevada. That's as close as I'm going to tell you for the moment. I do have a security system set up at the cabin so that as far as I'm able to, that's as safe as it can be. But the cabin is in a rural place, and I have people checking on that all the time. There's nothing there for anybody to steal, so don't bother. Okay. What else can I tell you? I bought a 50-cent mug at Family Dollar when I got a ride with the kind of neighbor business. It's not a business partner, but business, what would you call it? I can't think of a word. Anyway, uh, you guys can hear me okay, right? Because I put this on so you could hear me good. Will somebody let me know if you can hear me good? Anyway, the so Boss Custom is the business that I'm at. He is allowing one of his very good longtime friends to move out here in a fifth wheel and start a paint booth business. I'm not sure if it's going to be auto body or if it's just painting. But so that guy is in the process of preparing a space and bringing buildings out and whatnot. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, he was able to take me with him when he went to a dental appointment in the larger town near here. And so I was able to do some shopping. I found a 50-cent ceramic mug so I could have my coffee this way. This is my second cup this morning. I am drinking coffee now. Some of you who know my health and my diet. I decided, since it's been so hot, to buy goat milk, and I had permission from the mechanic's family to store it in the refrigerator. And so I'm having goat milk and coffee this morning. It is not hot any longer. I made it hot, and if it's left over in an hour, it'll get ice cubes. But we don't like bugs. All right, when you're having adventures, sometimes you got to pick the bugs out of your coffee. I don't like lids. It's a personal thing. You do you. I would love to I should put it in my Amazon wish list so if somebody wanted to get it for me, but I would love to get a couple of those little tiny silicone lids. Sometimes they look in the shape of a flower and you just set them on top of your cup. That would be nice. I don't want anything that weighs much. But so I just wanted a little more comfort because I'm kind of stuck. Last fall I got stuck in New Mexico. This time it's Nevada, but they're all adventures. All right, now I'm going to go check what you guys are all saying and see who's here. I think I did all the housekeeping. If I forgot something, my moderators and admins from the groups and stuff, would you guys remind me if I forgot anything? But I think I did pretty good. You do not have to give me a super thanks for me to be able to answer your question. You just need to put 3 uppercase Q's in front of your question so I'll notice it when I go scroll to see what y'all are talking about. I do appreciate super thanks. Just know that those funds that you give me that way, I won't get for a couple of months. It takes a couple of months to get those. All right, now I'm going to go see what y'all are talking about, see who's here. So, well, okay, I may have to bring you closer so I can see it. All right, let me go way back up. All right. Nope. Can I shade the phone? Nope. It's such a glare. All right, let's try this. No, that's not going to work either. All right. I see. Hi, Catherine. Hi. Who's this? I don't see who that. Oh, B on the road. Hi, B. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Iris. Hi. Welcome. I can't read that one. It's kind of hard for me to see this morning, guys. Uh, audio is good. Thank you for telling me, whoever that was. I can't read the name. Three generations is Iris. Be on the road. Jeremy. Hi, Jeremy. Thank you for coming again, Jeremy. Thank you. I feel like I'm missing some of your texts this morning, but I have 5 bars of signal, which should be good. So I might have missed some of your highs this morning, but good morning, everybody. Welcome. Oh yeah, associate. There you go. Thank you, Iris. Okay. So does anybody have a first thing that they want to know first because maybe you need to leave or something? I could work with y'all this morning. So I'm hoping some of you have been able to see the updates that I've been putting kind of on Facebook. I haven't decided whether I should only put them in the Facebook group or if I should put them on the YouTube posts. I want to and need to be doing little short videos, but I've had a lot on my mind and I don't feel like I was doing that well. I don't think I was doing it poorly, but I was trying. If Shadow Wolf comes in, somebody please make something so I'll see it. Let me see what that last I saw. Jeremy said something. What did Jeremy say? Looking good and looks like you're doing good. Yes, I am well, and I'm not, surprisingly, in my lifetime, I've had times when it's been very hard for me emotionally to be in a strange situation. So, or awkward situation, whatever words we want to use. Oh man, I can't get that picture of that butterfly that just flew by on the other side of the camera from me. If I could have, it was beautiful. So let's see. So it's freaking hot. Wear your hats if you have them. The reason I have a hat without a brim is not because, okay, no. The reason I have a hat that has a hole in the top of it is because I have a lot of hair and my hair makes hat sizes not fit me well. So when I found one of these and it rolls up really small, let me show you. You can find these. I even saw some of these. I think it was at Dollar General the other day. They might be $5 or $10, but I got this one in Idaho last year. So they have a Velcro tab, and then you there's an elastic string on one side. You roll from the other end, and you roll it up like this. I don't know why they don't make these for guys, but it wouldn't be a guy's look. Anyway, but it rolls up like this. And then there's the elastic goes on it like this. And it's real easy to carry. So like if you were traveling or something like I do, I have a spot in the car where it fits right beside my rear seatbelt stuff. But, and because with the braid on the back of my head, it just makes my hat size huge. So this allows me to adjust, because there's a piece of Velcro. You can adjust how tight or how loose it is this way. And then no matter what my braid looks like, I can keep my head covered. Now, if the sun is too much, I can wet a bandana and put it on and then put this on over the top of a wet bandana. And I think I look better with the brim up, so I do that. That's, aesthetics, girly stuff, style. But anyways, I just really love this hat, and I've seen them black. I've seen them in a couple of colors, and I've seen them with a pattern to them. I would buy a couple more, but I'd being such a minimalist until it's time to replace it. Why buy more, right? I'm I might if I just see a really good deal on one or something. Let me check for bugs before I sip out of the coffee. No bugs, okay. Um, oh hey, yeah, ice cubes in this about now. So that's why I have a hat that doesn't have a brim. I mean, the top part, not brim. This is a brim. Anyway, uh, I don't have on blue today. We all know blue's my color. We figured that out, didn't we? Um, blue and teal. But this shirt I got from a thrift store, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago. But it's a really cool loose weave cotton. And it's hot. So I'm wearing it. And we haven't even talked clothes on here much, but we will someday because after the car's fixed, we will work on wardrobe together because there is a way that I do that. And people have asked me a lot, and I've just kind of avoided it because I always felt like, geez, I don't have what I want and I don't have the best. And how can I show people not the best? But the honest truth is, I'm on a budget and you guys are on budgets. Everybody's on budgets these days. So it really won't hurt for me to share with you how I find, $2 shirts and something that works for me. And so we'll get on that after a while as well. I had a lot of mosquitoes in the tracker last night. I'm not sure how they got in, but whatever. So my one ear, they had a feast. I had a fan running until the battery died. It's in charging now, but I have a rechargeable fan. But I didn't recharge it yesterday, so it ran out of juice. But the fan helps to keep them off my head. But so my ears all kind of swollen from mosquito bites. Okay, I don't know what else right this second. Let me think. Yeah, I don't see who is that? Is it Sarah? All good. I can't read it well because I'm looking at the sun with the glare on the phone. I haven't figured out. I wish I had. You know what? I think on Amazon they have these little mini umbrellas that are shades for your phone when you go to the beach. And I mean mini, like 6 or 7 inch umbrellas that you somehow clip onto your phone even with a case. Maybe I'll look and see how much one of those is so I can get the glare off the phone. I bartered away my computer to a mechanic for mechanics work. So I only have the phone again, which is fine with me. And when Shadow Wolf, if he comes on today, or if he doesn't, I will be texting him personally. I need to talk to him about the GoPro he sent me because I have filmed twice with 2 different brand new SD cards, and both SD cards are corrupt. And so I lost all the filming I did. And I'm wondering if because financially, this broken down, stranded adventure that I'm on, I might need to barter or sell anything I can in order to finish getting the repairs done. That is one way that I take care of myself. I try very, very hard. I tell you all this often in my kind of advice is when you live on the road or are low income, you fix the things that you can fix. Do as much for yourself as you can. And the things you fixed first are things like vehicles, and especially if your vehicle is your home. You fix the vehicle first, make sure it has tires, make sure it's in good repair so you can keep moving. Because if you run into a financial issue, people will often help with food, or they would help you with clothes or with blankets way before they're able to help you with things like gasoline or diesel, depending on your vehicle, or car repairs. And so that's what I'm trying to do. And so, yes, I have put out messages that, ouch, I'm broke down, and ouch, I'm going through money making repairs, and ouch, I got. So, on the financial end of this adventure, as of yesterday, no, as of Friday, I am completely paid up to this point with the mechanic, and I have already purchased more parts and supplies like coolant and stuff like that than I even need. But I purchased them prior to knowing that I needed to buy an engine. So all of those things, I have some stuff that we don't know yet if we're going to use because we haven't seen the engine. So I was able to, wow, did I get a blessed price on finding an engine? They're hard to find an engine for these. This one is a one, okay, so I have a Chevy Tracker. It's a 1.6 liter 16 valve 1998 Chevy Tracker. This year it became vintage. I asked when I was at the MDV, is what we call it in Arizona, motor vehicles. I had to renew my driver's license. In Arizona, they give you your driver's license until you're age 65, and then you need to renew it. And so it was my turn to renew because of my birthday on June 29th. I became 65. So on the start of my trip, I stopped and at the MDV, I fixed my driver's license and I asked about getting my vintage license plates. And they told me what I needed to do and how much it would cost, but they were going to mail me the license plates. So I said, no, hold off. When I'm on my way home from my trip, I will go ahead and get them, and then they will go to the post office box, and I will be able to then put them on the rig. So, but I can get vintage plates now for my tracker. Let's see what else. I forgot where my line of thought was going before I got into the license plate thing. Oh, I was telling you the financial situation. So we had to pull my engine. We took it apart. We found that there was a huge, probably 8 or 9 inch long crack in the head. And then on a hunch, both we got advice from Randy Gibbs, who is a big time tracker, Zuki sidekick, geo tracker, whatever, mechanic in Washington State, I believe. I got advice from him. I got advice from my mechanic Stan back home. And they both were saying if the head or the block don't seem warped, that it's very seldom that the block will crack. But we decided to spend the extra money on there's this spray stuff, and I forgot the name. If you need the name, I'll try to get it for you. Leave me a comment somewhere asking me for the name, and I'll give it to you. But I said, you know what? I'd rather we spend the extra money on this expensive spray to test the block for cracks as well, because this is a long crack in the head. And so we sprayed it, or the mechanic sprayed it, and we found a crack that didn't look long on the top. But when you kind of got at an angle, you could see that the crack ran all the way down. And I'm not a mechanic, and I don't remember the name of that hole, but the hole it was beside, it ran way down inside the hole. I was like, oh no. And he was like, oh no, Lesa, your whole engine's bad. You need an engine. And I was like, okay, well, time to regroup. I'm feeling like all my extra hard work that I've done in therapy over the years has been so helpful because I didn't have any I didn't fall apart. I didn't cry. I'm strong. I've been like at the verge of emotionally teary-eyed, but just like, okay, deep breath. Let me go let this settle for about a half hour and let me come back and then talk to you because I'm not sure how I want to feel about this. But okay, I had a hunch that it was possible. So I went back and I was like, okay, so what happens next? I have to now learn whether I can afford an engine, and I don't think I can at that point, right? I don't think I can because in my mind it's like $4,000 or $5,000 for an engine. So I was like, I don't know how this can happen. I need to get some advice. So I put a few messages out to a few choice people. I had a couple of people who are friends of mine who used to own their own auto shops, and they offered to just do some hunting. One of the guys is actually in Flagstaff, and I'm not sure if he's out here. I think it's okay to say his name. I believe his name is Tom Brown. But he said, it was my favorite job and I'm good at finding parts. Let me see what I can do to help. And I was like, okay, go for it. And he says, look, it would make me feel good because I can't pull wrenches anymore and I want to be helpful. But he goes, I had a stroke and I can't help like I used to. So this would make me so happy if I could help. And I was like, anything you'd like to do to try to help? Well, he sent me messages like he got a hold of his contacts. He found, 4 or 5 engines. And the price on most of them was close to $2,000. And I was like, I don't know. And he goes, I know you're looking for something you can afford. I said, I just have to wait and see and take a deep breath because I don't have $2,000 for an engine. So, and it's better than 4 or 5,000, but I still was like, I don't know how this is going to happen. And he found something and he said, Lesa, quick, look at this one. And so, as soon as I saw the message, I was like, okay, what's going on? Whoa, price was fantastic. Like, I've just been telling you all, it's a blessed price. Am I a little concerned? Not anxious. Let me put it that way. I'm not anxious and I don't feel stressed or like, oh my God, what if it's not? What if it's, I don't feel like that at all. I feel very like blessed and just concerned, like this kind of borderline, I'll be okay, but I I don't know why the price is that low. And it was something I could afford. So I had my mechanic check, I didn't just buy it without checking. Had the mechanic check, had him make phone calls, and we ordered it using my bank card. So that way I don't have to pay the mechanic a fee for doing stuff. So, and this mechanic here is giving me a 10% senior discount. How people don't do that anymore sometimes. I feel so incredibly blessed. So I have to reach something to get it out of the sunshine. I just noticed something on the back of the you can't see that, but let me pop you around so you can see what's around me. This is what I'm kind of looking at right now over there. So yes, I am in there's mountains all around. There's mountains closer on the other side, but right here's the tracker. And I had this bag of electronic stuff in the sun, not a good idea. So let me do this and point you back at me. So yeah, So I'm moving that in the shade so that it won't mess up anything. So I don't know whether to tell you how much I paid for the engine. Some people who have trackers would be probably jealous or something, but let's wait and see how well it works before I tell you how much I paid. I mean, unless I know you personally, send me a message, I don't mind telling you, but I don't want to put it out publicly until I'm sure it's till we're more sure. I don't think it's a scam, but the whole thing just was like, are you serious? Okay, it's under $1,000. And there was enough money in my account for me to buy it. So we bought it. Now, and then Friday before Sabbath, I went with Jeremy up to, I think it's called Fenley. Oh, I forgot what the name of the town is. But it's like a 2-hour drive to the up a mountain pass. We went to Walmart. He had a dentist appointment. We went to Family Dollar, Ace Hardware. He needed to buy a wheelbarrow. I'll remember everything we did, and then he took me to dinner. It's probably, people who live a long ways off grid from things, often when they do a trip to town and it's a long day long trip like that, you often go to dinner. And so he took me to dinner. It was very nice. I was able to stick mostly to my carnivore diet. I chose to try something I had not had in a while, and I was okay. I got a little scratchy throat, but that might be because I was so excited to have something different that I probably ate more than I should have the first time trying it. Because when you reintroduce from doing a very strict carnivore diet, when you reintroduce something, you really need to go slow and just have a little amount, wait a few hours, have another little amount, and build up over a week or two. And I did not do that. I just went, oh my God, this tastes so good. And so I was like, I'm eating it. I'll deal with it. So on the ride home, it's a common thing I do. I took a Benadryl and break it in 3 pieces. And so I took a third of a Benadryl pill and it calmed it down. But I didn't realize how tired I was. I actually slept a lot of the trip back here. But so while we were gone, I was able to get goat's milk so that on these hot days I can be drinking goat's milk, and I got Folgers instant decaf coffee in the little sticks. Walmart's got them right now in lots of places for $1 a little box. And that gives me a way to make a nice big iced coffee without too much caffeine, using goat's milk that I'm not allergic to, and plenty of ice. And I don't feel so hungry or hangry, because I'm one of those people that can get hangry if I don't eat. And I'm not diabetic. I came from a family of diabetics, but I've been tested lots and I'm not diabetic. But something about, my particular body and not eating in a long time, it kind of affects me. So that helps me not be so hangry when the weather cools down. So I did that. And I got myself as a treat. One of my treats is to buy one of the little $5 wedges of sheep milk cheese that I'm not allergic to. That's a real treat for me as well. So I bought one of those. I'm checking my thoughts to see if I started a conversation that I didn't finish, so I could come back and finish telling you whatever it was. But so financially on Friday, I paid Boss Customs for all the work he's done up till now. Then because his office was down for most of last week due to a computer and printer issue, and that affects his income pretty greatly. So so he finally got that stuff back up and running. So now he's scheduling his jobs again and getting his paperwork done. So then he was able to give me as close as he can to a quote for what it's going to cost for his labor to now install the engine that I already bought. That's going to be right around 880, I forgot, $6 or $7, I've forgotten, but say 880 something. So right this minute, I do not have that amount of money. I probably will be here on, through, we're already at half the month. So I'll probably be here through getting paid again. And I have a little money set aside. You guys have been wonderful, putting a few dollars here and there on my Cash App or my PayPal that helps me buy groceries, which is like fabulous, or whatever, the needs are. I decided, this was a big, hard decision, but I decided to buy. I hope it's going to be worth the money I put into it and work well. But I'll know quickly because I test equipment enough to know that if it's not going to work, I'll pack it right back up and send it back to Amazon and get my money back, okay? But I spent the money to buy the smallest Napier, because it's a good brand, CUV tent, which is, it's the smallest vehicle, how do I say this? Vehicle sleeve tent. So like if you guys have seen SUV tents where the back cowl fits onto your vehicle, this one's made for little cars like Subarus and Scions. And I haven't seen anybody put one on a tracker, but it felt like, first off, I need a little privacy. I need some bug-free space. And there is a rainfly, and there's lots of screening on this. And so I've taken the risk and spent the money to, I felt like it was a good decision to buy this to try to help me have a more comfortable space while I'm here in this heat, buggy, whatever, adventure. So you guys, some of you remember that I was in New Mexico, kind of stuck last fall for a month, and that was challenging. I do know how to stake out a tent well. When I get back near the Quartzsite area, I will buy more rebar stakes because I gifted my good ones to, or I'll have somebody pick them up for me. But I gifted my good ones to the family for their new shade thing that I gifted them so they can have shade in the back of the house, which is, it's helping keep the sun off those sliding glass doors in the morning. It encouraged Mike to be able to fix his swamp cooler in the shop, and then he can leave a door open between the shop and the house, kind of cool the house down. Because it was 100 yesterday. It's going to be 102 here today. So all these things, just trying to help them and help me. And so knowing that I'm probably going to be here 2 or 3 more weeks or more, it could be up to, I have no idea how long it's going to take. Oops. Because I don't know. I don't know if they've shipped the engine yet. We haven't heard. So Mike will call Monday and find out what the shipping is going to be and try to get the shipping tracking numbers. So this is to help me with a little bit of comfort so I can relax, so I can do some more work. And the work being using my phone to edit videos. I've been learning how to do that much better with thank you to Terry for helping me find an app that works better on my particular phone and which is easier for me to use. So I'm able to do some of these edits you guys are seeing. I've been able to make a couple of thumbnails for the front and back of my videos, so it's a little more consistent. Okay. I feel like I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but I was able to pay him completely off. So everything that's been done to the tracker so far is paid for. Now, when I get paid, if we do not count my groceries and we do not count gasoline for my car, if we only count that my bills that come out every month come out, and those bills are car insurance, I am still paying for a loan that I took out to repair the last 2 cars, which I never should have done. I am very disappointed in myself for that, but it will get paid off. So I'm paying that off. That's insurance is $60 a month right now. I could change my insurance to try to get that cheaper because I'm with Geico. But I could switch to this online insurance I found out about, maybe cut that in half. But I don't know how I feel about it yet. Then the loan that I have through my credit union, the full amount's $5,000. I'm so disappointed in that amount and in myself for having let myself do it. But I pay $257 a month on that. So you're getting my whole budget. Then I pay low income Amazon Prime is $7. I canceled anything else I had. I contacted Overland Bound, who has a mapping forums thing. And I contacted Michael, who owns the company. And I told him that I could not afford to pay for that any longer. And he gifted me a free membership. Thank you so much, Michael. And so that's all I have for bills. Am I saying that right? I don't think I forgot anything. I just wanted to be clear. So when those things come out of my $1,000, I don't have the numbers in front of me, and I never have felt confident with numbers and math. But so basically say that when I'm done paying my bills, I have right around 600 and a few dollars. I've forgotten how much, 600 and a little bit. Somebody else will do the math and correct me. But I have it in a file. I have a calculator. I'm not doing that in front of you all. But so if I put all that money toward the work that's upcoming, I'm shy. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm short like close to $300, something like that is what I'm short right now. If I have to, I'll go shovel horse crap to make money. I don't know how I'll get there or how I'll do that, but I'll do whatever I got to do. Okay. But basically, I see this as possibly doable. I will sell the GoPro if I get permission from Shadow Wolf to do that. I would sell that. I'm willing to sell the Rock Pals if need be. I'm willing to sell, don't really want to, it's a last resort, but if I need to, I'll sell the Wii Boost. Okay. My reasoning for that is having an engine and having it installed properly is much more important than those items. I can live without those items. I have before, won't hurt me that bad. I will not sell the refrigerator because dang, it's not running right now because the battery's not in the tracker. But, oh, and by the way, when you move a vehicle without an engine, depending on the year, and my tracker was like this, they had to actually put the battery back in because you couldn't turn the key and you couldn't shift it into neutral to even push it. So I didn't know about that. So that's an interesting fact. So that's where I feel like I'm at financially right now. I understand I'm not begging from any of you, but I am saying if anybody wants to help with that, I appreciate you beyond belief. But if you want to just pray about it, I'm blessed. I don't even know how I'm blessed sometimes. But you know what? I just so appreciate even the prayers, everything that happens for me. I appreciate. I appreciate that I broke down where I did and I found this family and that they're willing to let me even stay here. I mean, sometimes people can't stay at the mechanic shop. So I'm blessed in a lot of ways. Whoops, more live ones. You get out of my coffee. There we go. Okay. I don't mind picking them out, guys. So part of what I've been doing here, let's see if I can turn the camera around and show you this, because I feel like I'm just like, I am talking a lot. I missed you guys. And, I'm here kind of by myself, not a completely, but, these people are new friends. So there's this different thing I'm not used to, which is this kind of weeds in this area. And they have been all around this family's backyard. They were at the back door. So I have been, when it's cool out, I have been weeding this whole yard. And I have done a lot. And there's piles. I don't know if you can see that pile over there on the other side of the track. There's piles of weeds in the driveway that I have weeded so far when it's cool enough so I can do that. And they're seeing that as beyond helpful because it gets the bugs away from the house. And so that's been helpful. And for the kids have a bigger place to play in the evening when it cools down. And it keeps, it keeps, I want to say wildlife and stuff away from the house. The dog, travels further away to go to the bathroom, stuff like that. So I'm continuing to work on that weeding project. And I talked to the Mike, the owner, about trying to encourage some of the stuff that's in the house that belongs to gardening stuff, that I'm encouraging that to get moved out closer to the greenhouse and see if I can't help with some of those things that they've just been putting off. So I find, oh, that one's a Subaru. That was the wife's car. And the suspension's bad in it. So her car right now is in the engine bay. The head gasket went in hers a week before I got here. So they're trying to work on that. But the current car that she has is I forgot. Can I remember? It's not a Safari. What is it? I can't remember. A Kia or something. Anyways, he's got to now take the entire exhaust system off it to try to get to the heads, so that, because of rust and things, but so that he can find out what condition her engine's in before he decides if he's repairing it and putting it back together. Now I'll show you something else cool. I have gotten some video of this that I was able to take on my phone, but over on that side, far over, can you see on the other side of the, what's it called? On the other side of the smoker, way over. Can you see those vintage vehicles? There's a 32 suicide door. I think I'm saying it right. 32 suicide door coupe or something. And the black one is a special thing. And then there's a pickup truck and a couple of motorcycles. That is Jeremy, who's the associate, who's getting ready to, he's preparing the land over on that side so that he can bring, so he can have two 40-foot con boxes brought in. And then he will connect the space in between the con boxes so he can have a paint booth. And he just bought those cars to restore. So both of these guys are into vintage cars and restoring vintage vehicles. So there's more vintage vehicles around, but how cool is that? Those just got delivered. There's another pickup truck being delivered in the next few days, but it's been hot, and so they were like, "Yeah, hang on. If it's too hot, don't do too much." Um, and then, like I said, Jeremy's moving here, so he already got the fifth wheel moved in, hooked up to power and stuff like that. Um, uh, they've got a project they were working on. I think the people are coming to get it this early this week. Was a Class A that was a friend of theirs that they were fixing, and I think he's got that more or less put back together. Um, he had to fix an Onan generator. Now he's got another guy he does a lot of work for that often it's welding jobs. So, he has quite a bit of skill. And of course, and you're hearing the chickens. They've got chickens and ducks and turkeys. And I did try eating some more eggs on my health issue stuff and food. I'm not ready for eggs yet. I did not throw up this time. That's positive. But they don't sit right yet. So it would be easier on me on my budget if I could eat more eggs. But at this point, I'm still reacting some. So I'm being careful. I'm so blessed. There's a local rancher here that they buy their meat from. I have not been able to buy from him, but the butcher in the small town, I want to say it's about 15 miles away. The butcher does a really good job. And so I've been able to get reasonably priced meat. With the smoker here, I can help often. I'm able to help buy charcoal and stuff. And I'm able to come out and like start the smoker for Mike while he's finishing up work for the day. And every couple of days we put on some meat for me, and then I can keep it in the refrigerator cold. I can eat the cold meat. And then they cook for the family. So we're doing things like that, and I can share that with them. One of the first days I was here, he wanted to share. They had elk in the freezer, and so he gave me an elk steak one of the first days I was here. That was lovely. So I don't know. I feel like I've covered a lot. You guys saw when I turned the camera around. Let's see if I can do this again. Can you see that over there is still snow on those mountains? There's mountains closer, but where I'm sitting, I don't feel like walking around in the heat, guys. I don't mean that to be rude, but the heat makes you lazy a little bit. But anyways, the mountains are kind of close across the street side. So you'll see more of that in videos as I go along too. All right, let me check what y'all been talking about or asking for questions. Let's see. Yeah, they have a lot of good nutrition in duck and turkey eggs and things like that. But honestly, I still am not ready for that. It is maybe not as peaceful as like my cabin is a different kind of peaceful because there's chickens and things and there's kids and dogs and that's not peaceful, but it is pretty. And in the morning before everybody gets busy, it's kind of nice to just wake up and sit on the well, except for the mosquitoes, but to sit on the edge of my, some of you know me. I open the passenger side door and I just sit on the bed and brush my hair often and wake up. And it is nice to just kind of have the view around and but this heat wave, y'all know, because you're all probably in the heat wave just as much as I am. Do what you can to keep 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 as healthy and strong as you can during the heat and everything. Still gonna grab it. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. So far, Jeremy, it looks like I'm okay. If there's a reason that we run into something we can't do, There are people, I think I told you this last week, but I'm not sure. There are people that work at a local gold mine here who actually have their homes in Phoenix. And the wife knows them and has put out the word and asked if it's even possible for, if I need to be trailered back to Arizona, would one of them be willing to put the tracker on one of their trailers and let me ride with them? So it's kind of a plan C, D, E, X, Y, Z or something, who knows? But if I had to, we would explore that more if I had to. So I, but right now, let's keep going the way I'm going and see if we can maneuver this. I heard from G in the last couple of days. He's been out of cell phone signal and stuff for a while. Hi, Bernie. Sarah, hi. Oh, I think I said hi to you. Okay, I think everything I'm seeing so far, I don't see any big questions, so I'm going to let that go for now. Please ask questions if you want. How can I support you guys while I'm doing this? Because what I've been doing when I'm bored or it's too hot and I can't sleep, I can't take a nap in the tracker, it's just too freaking, it's too hot. Where my language has started to be like that, who knows? But it's just too hot at 100 degrees, even with all the windows open and the mosquitoes and whatever else. It's just too hot. So I might be inside with the family. And how do I nicely say this? I'm trying to be tactful here, but their house is busy. And some of the busy is more, this is not a judgment. I don't know how to say this nicely. But it's busy, you know, with a family with young children, busy with toys and busy with dog and busy with, you know, homestead clutter. I don't know what words to use, but because of that, I try really hard to be careful not to offend somebody by offering, but I did get it cleared. Offering to wash dishes, right? Or offering to bag the trash up in the morning, or make sure, you know. So I've been the one going in early in the morning, putting on the coffee pot. Then I go in the bathroom with my washcloth from in here, and I change my clothes, get myself dressed, and then the coffee's ready. I wash the dishes from the night before because I got it cleared that that's not offensive to them. And then if the trash is full, I bag up the trash. So I straighten up the kitchen. I fix the little girl who's, I don't know, 4, something like that. I fix her little water bottle with ice and water in it for her so she can just take it off the counter when she gets up. And then I put my fan on the charger on the freezer, and sometimes I put my phone on the charger as well. Well, later during the day, I try to be outside. I try to give them their space. But, you know, I'm chasing shade. So I'm walking from one area to another, and I'm trying to keep busy. And when it's super hot, I'm sometimes sitting on the edge of somebody's bed while they're watching a movie, and I'll be on my phone reading Facebook posts of other people, comments on my channel and things of that nature, and Instagram things. Just reading, and as I find things that y'all are going through, I'm praying for you. It gives me something to do while I'm kind of waiting. And I'm not trying to wait in a stagnant way, because what's the freaking point? You know, the way I see it, the great creator has made so many planets and stars, whatever. We could have all been put on a separate one. He didn't do that. Or, you know, whatever that being is, whether it's a he or a she, I don't care what you call it, whatever. But that great creator could have put us on a separate one. They didn't do it. So we're all here together. There must be a reason. And I practiced a lot being alone. I get how to do that very much. And I can see a benefit, and I can see a and I can see a need for me to reconnect. So really my big Baja trip was a reconnection with other people by joining a caravan. No, it wasn't a caravan. Joining a convoy that was military style expedition to go down, an overlander kind of military style expedition that I went on down to Baja and went all the way through Cabo and some of the Baja Divide Trail, and I did it. And but part of that challenge for me, I took on the challenge that I'm going to be with 6 vehicles bigger than me and 8 people. I think it was 8 people. That have more money than I do, more experience off road than I do, um, and more experience in an overland sense, rock crawler sense. Like they know how to air tires up and down, and I just know how to drive on a dirt road. So, and I'm not afraid of an obstacle, but I'm careful, right? And so I don't have skid plates underneath my vehicle, and I don't have um, uh, bead locks on my tires, and I don't have an air compressor and things of that nature. So I part of that challenge was for me to learn again or relearn how to connect with people in a way that was healthy. And I I seriously thought about leaving the group about 4 times. Seriously. Like, I ain't staying tomorrow. And then I'd be like, okay, God, I need you to show me what your will is. I'm saying, God, I, whatever. But I need you to show me what your will is and what's best for the all that is all, not just for Lesa. But Lesa wants to leave. So I'm going to go to sleep now. You keep me safe tonight. I've done what I could for the day. And when I wake up, could I please have an idea of how to go forward? And I woke up one morning after that kind of a prayer, just knowing that the great creator had reminded me that I committed to this entire trip and these people just as much as they committed to helping me do this. And that I better pick up my end of the stick. And so I did. And I was like, oh crap, you're absolutely right. Okay. God told me that, or the creator has showed me that you are the people I'm supposed to learn how to trust. So this is hard for me, but before we go anywhere this morning, I want you all to know. And I told them, physically told them, actually told them, um, I want you all to know that I'm just as committed to this trip and to you all as you are to me. And it's hard for me right now, but here we go. And I'm not leaving you either. And it changed some things, just being honest that way. It was hard. It, there were challenges for me. So I'm just saying, sometimes in these situations, so here I am in another, I'm connecting with people situation. And yet I need to learn how to take care of myself so that I have the delicate balance of alone together so that I can stay healthy and I can do my work so y'all get something so that y'all can continue to support me in the channel so that we can continue our adventures together. Because there are some of you that are living vicariously through my adventures. So here we go. What do you do when your vehicle breaks down and you're on the road and you don't have enough money? You get creative. You pull over under a shady tree when it's hot. You let the vehicle cool down. You cool yourself down. You rest. If you believe in a great creator, you say something to them. You know, you stay in contact. And you say something to your friends. And you just take a deep breath, take care of the next thing that is in front of you, and turtle step your way through the whole thing. And that's what I've been doing. So everywhere that I can help, I see an opportunity to help and bless someone, then I feel like that's my job on earth to do. So here we go. And so that's the kind of things I do. And that's how I get through them. And whether I have money or not, I have the energy. And maybe I don't have energy like I had when I was 20, but I can still be useful. So I do. So if anybody new came in, welcome. Thank you for being here. We've been going at this for a little over an hour. So I hope I'm being a good example. Jeremy had a question. How are you keeping my batteries up? Are you plugged in? I have my Rockpal battery pack. You guys have seen that before. Do you want me to show it to you? Somebody say yes or no to showing it. But my Rockpals is with me, but I did not. I forgot to bring the power cord to plug it into electricity because for the last 2 years, I never plugged it into an electric outlet. So I have the 12-volt cord with me. When Jeremy drove the other day, I asked him if we could plug it in his truck and let it charge while he was driving. So we did. I've sent it in the Bronco with Sam when she goes to work a couple of times. So I'm keeping that charged as much as possible. The battery and solar, not charged up right now, kind of, I think it's just sitting right now. But my phone, I'm able to take inside, and they have a little chest freezer with an electrical outlet right over the top. I have the power cord for that. I can plug that in and charge my rechargeable fan and my phone easily. Any time of the day, I can plug it in there. So I've asked my closest neighbor, who watches my place like a hawk, my cabin like a hawk. I asked him if he would mind going to the cabin and retrieving the power plug for the Rockpals in case I want to sell it or so I can use it. And if he would take it to the post office and put it in one of those priority mail, one price mailers for me. So I don't know when he will do that, but I have time. So he said he would go get that. And I'm considering having him send me the rest of the stuff for the Wii Boost, just in case, in the same box, just in case I have to sell that as well. So that's the answer, I think, Jeremy, to that question. Let's see what else. Is that, oh, that's Kate. Sorry, Kate. I know that George came out and checked your rig. I know that they found as much information as they could for you. I forgot now where your situation was at. I will ask people to pray for you and continue to pray for you. I don't know. I think the last I heard was that they're concerned you have a transmission issue, and that I spoke with someone that I know in the Homes on Wheels Alliance. And they have requested that you contact HOWA, the Homes on Wheels Alliance, because I'm not sure that there's much more any of us out here. I'm limited in how I can help you. I can't help you buy a transmission. I'm having to buy an engine. And even if and all of you, so I'm sorry, Kate, that you're going through this. But all of you, I hope, okay, good that you've contacted them. Oh, ignition. Okay, but I heard transmission too. So, but I don't know. I'm not there. I'm going on. I connected you as best I could with people who know things. So aside from that, I don't know what else I can do to help from here. But everybody will pray for you, Kate. I don't know what else can happen. When somebody breaks down and kind of gets stranded. Now, I'm using the word stranded on YouTube. I don't feel stranded, but I am stuck in a situation where I can't leave. Okay. And sometimes our vehicles do that and we're not in comfortable places. Like, I mean, I've had vehicles in my past, when I lived in Virginia, I've had vehicles drop gears, not be able to shift. I don't know, lots of different things over the years. When I had babies and I'm in a parking lot, and it was days I had to sleep in the parking lot because I couldn't make the car move and I didn't have money to do anything. And it was before there was shelters, but you do what you can. You walk the kids, you find a bathroom that's close enough you can walk to. You be respectful. You don't drag all your crap out of the car. You try to sit under the shade if you can find it. If it's hot, you try to stay warm. If it's cold, you try to take care of yourself and do the best you can. And you try to be you. Let me lead by example. Let me change my words. I try to just find a way to help somebody else, because if there's nothing I can do about mine and the situation is outside of my control, then what can I do? Okay. You see somebody else. You can be friendly to the homeless person that walks by. Don't entertain the wrong people. Get your intuition up. Know how to feel those things through. But be nice to people that might not have had somebody nice. But don't be, how do I say this? I try so hard. But I have radar. And I've been abused, so I know my little red flags go up on the back of my neck and things like that. And I know how to feel that and see that. And I lived in New York City, and I was homeless in New York City. Look, people, that's a thing. That's a whole thing all by itself. And the things I learned there about how to be nice to somebody who might not be a nice person and not invite them into your space. You can be respectful and love them as a human and not let them affect you. Do I know how to teach somebody to do that? Not always. Because if your radar's not up, you don't have any boundaries, that can be challenging. Because there were years when I didn't have boundaries and I had to learn them. But you learn quick when you're in a place you learn real quick when you're riding a subway train at 2:00 in the morning in New York City in order to have a place to kind of rest, because you don't rest well at 2:00 in the morning. You're watching for everybody that gets on the train. So at 2:00 in the morning. So yeah, I hope some of that's helpful. Oh yes, and Catherine, thank you, Catherine. You do need prayers. Catherine and Homer's Class A. I guess the way to say it is blew a water pump. They're somewhere in Concho. And Homer's older, no offense, love him, but he's not 20 anymore. And help them to find the right part and to not get hurt working on this Class A engine. I guess he's got help. I don't know who Ethan is. I might have met them and just don't remember. So, but pray for them at least. If anybody's around Concho and wants to go give a hand, then thank you. But contact Catherine Catherine, and I'm sure that if they need help, she'll help guide you on how to help them. I'm not currently running the Simply Helping Others part of my thing as an official thing any longer. I used to, when I lived in Central America. I used to accept donations to Simply Helping Others, and 90% of what I was given was used and for the people themselves. 10% helped me to help people. But I looked into making it a nonprofit. I wasn't willing to give the government that much control over my life. So I stopped doing it in that form. But I have connections and I can connect people with people to help. And I kind of keep tabs on where the good help is and how busy they are. So I've been doing some of that. Kate knows I've been doing it through communication, and I got her some help. We're doing what we can, but I can't fix everything either. And so a lot of times you've got to do for yourself. You've got to become creative. You can't keep thinking like you always did when you get into these adventurous breakdowns. The best way is to start to come up with a creative way to help yourself. Don't try to walk 10 miles with a 7-gallon water jug to try to get water from a grocery store. You know, maybe across the street's a gas station and you can take your drink jug over there and it gives you something to do by walking 20 minutes and get one bottle of water, but you do it twice a day. Gives you exercise maybe you weren't getting, gives you the opportunity to speak to a person, and you can maybe use their bathroom. I don't know, but I'm trying to give you an idea of how you start to be a different kind of creative in your situation. Try to think of a way to do something to take care of yourself, because otherwise, if you're so used to being in a city and people doing things for you and other people being responsible for you, then call those people that you feel are responsible for you and tell them to come get you. I mean, because otherwise, you've got to be creative and help yourself as much as you can. And when you have the opportunity, spend your money on your car, your tires, your gasoline, because people will help you with food before they'll help you with fixing your vehicle, because nobody's got it easy anymore. We're not all rich. It's not the way the world works. Okay, I know, soapbox. Uh, that's wonderful, Kate, that's wonderful that you have a cart you can use. You're going to get towed to something in Kingman. Okay, that sounds wonderful. Oh, SRR, I'm glad you're here today. I hope your situation is getting better. Haven't been keeping up with you yet. Maybe SRR, if you're on Facebook, you could join, or you could ask to join our Keep Living Simply Facebook group. You have to ask to join now. It's private. So ask. That's wonderful, Kate. That's wonderful news about your stuff. Thank you, Iris, for helping with those prayers right in the moment. Yes, and Homer, is getting up enough in age, so scraping his knuckles don't feel good. And well, it doesn't feel good to anybody. Getting shocked, which can happen, really doesn't feel good. So please, pray for those extra things. And hopefully he and Catherine are not having any like old age health issues that would like affect their thoughts or their memory. Pray for that just in case. Um, this family has been wonderful to me, but part of the fact that I get blessed so much is because I help and I jump in to help wherever I'm able to. I'm trying to encourage the owner of this shop to actually take his day off. He was all prepared for taking today off completely, but the piece of heavy equipment that somebody was supposed to pick up this morning acted up just as he was closing the shop yesterday. And so they're picking it up today. He had to go work on it. So he's only taken half a day. So even pray for that he'll be able to take a full day off with his kids. Uh, No, Kate's in Flagstaff. I believe Kate is from the Phoenix area somewhere, if I'm saying it right. And she has a mechanic she trusts in Kingman. So if she's got a way to get towed to Kingman, that's wonderful. I do have some people out there that I don't like. Tiny, Georgia and Tammy, they only have a Jeep Liberty. They cannot, a Liberty can't tow a vehicle. Liberties don't have much tow power, so they can't tow somebody to Kingman, but they will help. Tammy, whoa, that's twice I did that today. Tammy is really super good at finding deals. So if for some reason you're hunting for a new car and you can get a hold of Tiny, or that was the cat backfiring. That's the problem they just ran into last night. So, like if somebody is hunting for a new vehicle, get a hold of Tiny GPS and ask for Tammy to help you find a new vehicle and give her as much information as you can. She's good at finding a deal. Tom, I think it's Tom Brown, his YouTube channel is very, very, very small. He has, I think his YouTube is Life After a Stroke or something like that. He is super good at finding parts and he loves it. And he can't do as much physically as he used to. So we can connect people like that when we know what the part is you need. So we have diagnostic people. George is great at diagnostics. George taught himself how to rebuild a bus's diesel engine. So we have people who can diagnose things. We have, come on, Johnny Ringo, that's Desert Rat Services. He's a buddy of mine. He'll go rescue people in certain situations, but we have to help him help people. And that's the way it is with all of this. We have to do our parts so they can do their parts. And Kate, I did just see that you said you had a AAA towing thing. Fabulous, fantastic. Because once you could get closer to the mechanic you trust and you're used to, hopefully, I don't know that it's possible in Kingman. I know how Kingman is. But hopefully you can find a way that you can camp near your vehicle and kind of stay home while he's helping you fix. We'll just pray. I'm going to pray that you'll be able to stay in your home while he's helping you get it fixed. Because that to me would be wonderful. So I'm glad you've got AAA and that can happen for you. Yay, wonderful. So we all, like we talk about on my group, just keep praying for each other because the great creator, come on, he can do anything. If he can make stars and crap, he can help us with our vehicles. And he knows he knows where he's sending us. Okay. So your mechanic can then check, because you trust him. Kate, I'm talking to Kate here. Kate just put up a message about George said it was blah, blah, blah. And some of the mechanics won't test that. And that's true. Some of them won't because they don't want to know what somebody else pre-diagnosed, right? But George has enough information. When you go to your mechanic that you trust, he'll probably recheck. And if he comes up with the same thing, then you're going to trust both of them better. But all I'm saying is, at least you had some information getting closer. And of course, you need a motel due to, okay, wait a minute. I got to go find your message. It didn't stay up long. Why do you say due to extreme heat wave? I can't help you with a motel at all. Not even at all. So I wouldn't even ask the people on my channel to help you with that because most people here are low income as well. So I'm just saying, don't forget to do what you can do to take care of yourself in the extreme heat. What do you think I'm doing out here in 100-degree weather? I know you'll argue that I'm resourceful and I'm a hard person and I don't do anything for comfort. And you might argue that I don't have dogs and whatever else. You know what? If I did, I'd still be in the same situation. So I'm saying be open to whatever you got to do and try to be as creative as you can. That's all I can help you with at this stage with that. I'm not helping you find a hotel because I can't. And I'm not going to ask people that I know are low income like me. I'm not asking them to do that for you. But I will ask you, they can pray about it for you. And if you're blessed with that, fabulous. Okay? And if you find somebody that will help you with that, wonderful. But I can't do that for you. I'm just saying I can come up with other ideas. I can help guide you through ways to stay cool in an uncomfortable, crazy, hard situation. You know, I've had to dunk bed sheets in buckets of water and hang them over the doors of a vehicle in 98-degree weather, or in Costa Rica in 120-degree weather. I've had to do that and stay and keep myself alive. Okay? So I'm just saying, sometimes you can't do what you want. And that's not an argument against you. I hope you take that the way it's intended. I just want you to have as many options as you can. And if you're so set on the hotel or motel and it can't happen, and I'm not saying it can't, but if it can't, please don't let yourself get sick. With, ask for ways, other ideas, because that's about the best I got to help you. But I can ask all these people to pray for you. So I hope that. Oh, okay. And okay. And I hope you take it the way I mean it. I want to give people as much information as I can to help themselves. And yes, it's the same thing with me. I'm not begging you all to buy me an engine. Of course, I just bought it, but I'm just saying I'm doing my part, doing what I can. Pray about it. Let's see how we can get through this. And I'll share the adventure with you because honestly, it's an adventure. And it's, I got to do what I got to do. And it's hot already, like crazy hot. I don't think that the phone's not overheating yet, but having remembered those little phone umbrellas, I may try to get one because the phone will get so hot it will shut off. Oh, and Kate, I will pray about you being in Kingman. To me, it's so hot with not too many breezes in Kingman. I hope you can make out okay. Because the asphalt and stuff, at least where I am, as hot as it is, at least it's earth. And in the afternoon, there's a breeze. And we just keeping on, right, girls? Well, girls and guys. And I hope y'all are taking that the way I mean it. Please, I'm not trying to be hard. Okay. But this way people can pray for you the best they can. All right. And prayers, positive thoughts, whatever it is people want to call it. I'm just saying the great creator knows what's going on and we don't. Seems like a lot of people are breaking down with some pretty serious issues with their vehicles. And, it's a good reminder for me of what I need and what I don't need, what I'm willing to. Oh, cool. There. Yeah, I've done that. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Yeah, the wet sheets. Sheets can be a quarter at a thrift store or something. Now I'm allergic to bed bugs and cockroaches, right? And I mean, it will put me in the hospital, people. So I do not like to, don't hold the door open too long, guys, please. Try to keep it cool inside as long as you can. Yeah, thank you. It's so pink, Miss Alice. Miss Alice and Bruce are standing at the door close by, and I won't show their faces. You know how I've been doing. But Alice has been painting a brick, and she wanted it to be pink, and she's done a good job on the top. And be careful with the brick near the glass door, please. Yeah. Well, wait a minute. I don't know why Bruce is. I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm trying to finish my film. Okay? You're hungry? Okay. How about when I finish here, I come help you with breakfast if daddy's not ready? Is that okay if I come help? Yeah. I shouldn't be very much longer. Okay? Looking for the what? Oh, I don't. He planned on sausage and eggs for you guys this morning. Yeah, he was going to fix breakfast, but he got busy because somebody's supposed to pick that tractor up, that cat. Can you wait a few minutes so I can finish with my people? Do you want to come show them your brick? You want to show the people on the camera your brick? No? Okay. All right, guys. Sorry, trying to help. The mom has gone on to work, and the dad and two other men are dealing with the vintage vehicles right now. Um, Thank you, Jeremy. We will talk soon, Jeremy. Hey, you can still text me on my regular number, Jeremy, if you want more info. I don't mind talking. Yes, Iris, wet bed sheets. Bed sheets are cheap at thrift stores. And even if they've been buggy, you buy them in the heat, put them on the roof of your vehicle so that the heat will kill whatever's in them. That's what I do. Okay. And then after 2 days in the heat, I will take them off the roof, and then I never put them inside my car until I'm sure they've been in that extreme heat for a couple of days because I'm too allergic. And then dunk them in a bucket of water, wring them out a little bit, let them be a little drizzly if you can. If you can't, you don't want to ruin your carpet, or if they're going to drip on something, wring them as much as you need to. But then drape them over the doorways and windows, and the air going through the sheet becomes an evaporative cooler, and it will help the air be cooler on you. And if you have to, that's what I do with my hat. I can take a bandana and dunk it in water, put it on my head, then put this hat over it. So now I've got shade, and the bandana underneath being wet, as it dries out, it helps you stay cooler. Okay. And then I've even had the sheet over me and the lawn chair when I was in Costa Rica and Panama. I've had to before because it was 120 in the shade. And how am I going to get through this? And so, you put the wet sheet right over your head, over the chair, and just sit in it. And you can't work. It's hard to work on your phone because you can't see anything. But if you keep your hat on, you have a little bit of space where you can see. Okay. And if you're in a chair, you can maneuver it so you can maneuver a phone, and at least you can watch a movie or something. So there's ways. You get creative. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, and think about it, Jeremy. The Cowboys, cotton bandanas were a thing. There was a reason for those. Yeah, you put it over your mouth when the dust is blowing, keep you from breathing the dust. You know, and yes, wetting them and putting them on. It's a thing. Oh, that's wonderful, Kate. That's great news, Kate. Okay, that's wonderful news, Kate. Yep, spray bottles. I used to see at Walmart, I don't know if they still have them, but they used to have a little spritz. What was it called? You know how they make those? It's a piece of tubing that you could put on an awning, and it had a little water container, right? And so somehow it misted from an awning. Okay. They made one that you could wear around your neck that misted. And they also make the little misty bottles that when you pull the trigger on it, I think I've seen those at Walmart, that it has a fan and it shoots the cold water at you. But I also have the little fan that's like a necklace, and they were cheap. Spray bottle with a fan. There you go. All right. I hope I've given you some ideas on how to survive an unintended breakdown adventure. Um, get the emotional and moral support that you can from wherever you can get it. If you want to be a part of our Keep Living Simply private group on Facebook, join us. Ask to join us. I have to approve you. Um, I'm starting to gather some admins. Um, on another income sense, I just had littletrucks.com has just asked me if I will write for them for they will give me a certain amount of, not much, but it's reasonable, a certain amount of payment per, I think it's 500 word like essays, um, out on their littletrucks.com site. That's kind of a blessing. He's given me a number of subjects he wants me to write about. And so I haven't even had a chance to, like, because I'm kind of in and out with the family, I don't really have an opportunity until the tent gets here to really work on that yet, but it's an opportunity. Guys, Bruce is looking at me again, so let me go and help them make breakfast. Yes, sir. Is that my baby? Yeah. I spent time holding him this morning. You could come show people. Bruce wants us to see. Whoops. They've been hatching chicks here. They have so many eggs. And so I won't show your face, just so you know that. You can step over here. You can step here and you can raise that up. There you go. Look, he brought out the one that I call it my baby chick because I was the one who rescued him. His neck was stuck in the incubator.
And I had to get a doll before it died.
Right. I hope you guys can hear him. I think you can. And so there's 4 now in the little box in the house. Yeah, 4 little baby chicks that have been hatched.
And there's like
yeah, it's hot out here, isn't
19
it, baby?
or 20
eggs.
Bigger ones over there.
Oh, bigger ones. Yeah, bigger baby ones. They're already teenagers. He's breathing like it's hot, so maybe you better take him back and make sure they have clean water still, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming in.
These ones have cleaner water
than the ones out there. Okay.
There's like 4 ducks and
okay.
Keep on going.
The ducks make it dirty. Yep. All right. I'm gonna close off. I'm gonna end the live for now. You all been in on this a little bit. Thank you all for being here. Please remember, pray for each other. Do what you can when you can. Keep yourself as safe and healthy as you can in this heat. Keep living simply. If your thoughts start to get a little too complicated, like mine can sometimes, just take a deep breath and slow them down if you can, and hunt for a simpler thought. It's the best I got for now. Turtle steps, because baby steps are too big sometimes. Travel light and often as you can. And Jeremy, I'll let you know what's going on as I can. Y'all have a wonderful week. We will see you next week. Same space, same time. That's old from some of y'all will recognize that. Same bat channel, same bat time. All right. See y'all next week. Ciao. Whoops.